through OBS then, because I don't want that. Again, I would try the back camp start. I know it's not common, but also you probably could have reset to Hebo maybe a little earlier. Again, it's good that you stayed for the experience. I don't know if Uller got that, but that's his mistake, not yours. Again, as soon as you get... so that was a small mistake there. You probably could have done your 2. You could have waited on your 2 until you were closer. Man, I'll stop muting it with a hard switch then. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry about that. But you could wait to do your 2 till it was closer, because Geb's 2 does more damage the closer you are to people. So you actually lost a little bit of damage by doing your 2 a little bit early. Doing it there is fine, because otherwise you tank archers. Doing that aim for Emir 2, which is really good. You should get all the experience here. As soon as he freezes, you should be ready to shield. That's a late shield. You waited so long on the shield. It was the correct moment kind of to shield. But if you did it like a little bit earlier, that's just one more auto attack mitigated. Like Geb is all about shield timing, and that's like the biggest thing that Geb can do better, or that most Gebs can do better. So I would highly recommend just working on shield and be ready to do it. Like expect when people can freeze and look to shield just that little bit earlier. Also, you're gonna get zoned from these 3 archers. You did not get any experience from that whatsoever, and that's really bad. And here, shield, really good shield, perfect shield timing, dude. That was really good. But you were missing a lot of experience. Like Uller's level 3 and you're level 2, and you've gotten like the same, like you've been in the same spot, but you're just not pushing up as much as he is. So also good too, but you need to back out immediately. You tank the melee, which should never happen. Also you're missing so many creeps here, and how you can like be preventing is that like you don't need to be that scared against this comp. If they freeze you, you're not really in too much trouble. Like Uller was level 3 like last wave. And again, you're getting zoned here as well. You're zoning yourself from all the creeps. Wow, dude. You should almost, like, you're so far behind. That was a really good 2 on Ymir since it makes him tank the wave, but you're getting so zoned from so many creeps here that you're so far behind in levels in the first 2 minutes of the game. Like, don't be scared. The range is super, super short. You can be more aggressive than you're being. Again, you're zoning yourself right here as well. You're missing, not anymore, but you were missing so much experience. Also, doing your 1 like that is kind of a waste of mana. I wouldn't really do that. That was a really good knockup since there's a gank coming. But then you run so far away. That was a really good rollout though. So it's kind of okay that you took the kill. You should have shielded Thor because every point of damage mitigated matters. Also, you guys, okay, in general, this happens so often. After you get a kill, just get out. Don't stay, because Nemesis is here. Even though she was poked from God knows what before, you kind of needed to just get out, because you can't assume Nemesis is low. You just need to get out after you get a kill, so that way they don't get extra values for free. That's kind of it. In this exact case, it wasn't bad, but in general... Also, you're missing a full wave here. You were so far behind because you're missing so much stuff. I know you're going to mid harpies, but Thor should have that alone. And even if he doesn't, you're missing so much experience in the wave that it's ridiculous. You have missed like a full wave of experience in like the first 4 waves of the game. You need to just keep sharing experience. Also, you rotated here when Poseidon should have Kraken up. Or I guess he used it on someone else earlier, but if you didn't know that Kraken was down, then you're just overextended here like crazy. Also, you're completely you cannot contribute to this fight whatsoever. I know you knocked Ymir back there, but I don't know. You just kind of overstay when you don't have any mana. You cannot do this. When also you use a lot of mana on your rollouts. Like for example, pushing the wave earlier. You cannot do that because that's how you go And even though you had 3 mana pots to start, you're still right now because you just used all of them on rollout basically. Rip Uller. Also, okay, guys. Real quick, I have to do something because Uller, he says it like this in-game, and once you hear this, you will literally never unhear it. So, there was this post yesterday about the song, and Uller, and when Uller says, "You cannot run my bow," in-game, he says it like, melodically. Like, listen, hold on. It's this line specifically that you can really hear it in-game. Hold on, let me get it loaded. YouTube's just being dumb right now.
My bow.
Hold on.
My bow.
Hold on. Where is it?
My bow. My bow. My bow.
Oh, it's right here. Okay. So here's the song, but listen. This line is not, like, musically tuned, by the way. This is what he actually sounds like in-game. And once you hear this, you will never be able to unhear it, because I'm hearing it right now, like, in-game, like...
You can't outrun my bow.
Like, he says it like that in-game. That, like...
My bow. My bow.
Like, listen, right here.
You can't outrun my bow.
Like, it sounds like that in-game. Just like listen to Uller throughout the game, and you guys will be like, "What the heck? How did I not hear that before?" And it sounds like that exactly every time. Whoa, whoa! The lagaroni's real. Going to the wave after Uller died is correct, but you're since you wasted so much mana before on spells that you didn't need. So you pretty much just let the go into tower because you can't tank the wave, otherwise you'll be at risk. You're tanking the wave here. You shouldn't really do that because all that's going to happen is it makes you slightly more at risk. Doesn't really change anything here since... Come on, switch stance, Uller. I want to hear. Hold on, listen. Does he say it? Listen to it, listen. He says it like a freaking musical! Did you guys hear that? He sings it in-game too! Like, oh my god. It's insane, right? You can't outrun my bow. I can't sing, but... Like every time, you're gonna hear that now, every single time. Every single time. Sharing here is fine. Now, here the wave is coming to meet each other. So, you really need to just go to the wave first, because you're gonna miss like 2 creeps in the time that you're doing this. It's good that you're sharing with your ADC, but you both honestly should have done the wave first, because you missed a creep, and even just 1 creep is like, too much.
My bow will be my guide.
Here's the link to the song, guys. But you cannot unhear that. You cannot Oh, it signed me out of Twitch. Okay, that's great. Now that back was not a good back. It's not your back was not the fault of Uller dying, but you should have shared the experience with Uller regardless. So you should have stayed anyway. You were not at fault for Uller dying there, no matter what, though. Here, let me refresh my chat with me logging in, and I can post the link to you guys. But like, my God, you cannot unhear that. I showed that to Zai yesterday, and she's like, "Oh my God, every single time I play Uller now, he's gonna sing." He's like, "Oh my God, he says it in game." You can't outrun my bow. Every time he says it. He says it every time. So here's a good rotation, even though they have wave push. You need to be there immediately, dude. By not going here, you're missing so much experience. And you should shield Thor immediately because he's low. Good shield, good shield. You mitigated the maximum amount of damage that it could. It's okay that you ate the freeze, you're still in good position. Now here you actually could have tried to ulti, but Uller was kind of late, so that's fine that you didn't. Otherwise, that was a really good thing, but you were indecisive about going in versus not. You need to decide ahead of time whether you're doing that or not. This is a really good rollout since Uller's here. You could ulti Cupid right now! Ulti Cupid! Ulti both! Really good ult. That's a perfect ult, dude. Now you need to knock up Cupid afterwards. Perfect. Really good ability usage. Really good awareness. Good everything. Now you shouldn't really shield here because it's a waste of an ability. Now, as soon as the Warplet happens, you need to cleanse yourself because he's keep cracking you. It's good. It's better that you did it on yourself than him because he should not die from it where you should. But here you just walk back into the fight. In general, once you have all your abilities down, you don't need to go back in for no reason because you can't add anything else to the fight. So you really need to just get out after your stuff is down. You don't have any mana or health. Like, I know you tried to peel for Uller there, but honestly, he could have gotten out on his own, and you did not need to die there. So you're going to be way behind the rest of the game. Also, on your first back, a lot of people like to get hog early, but honestly, you can be way more opportunistic if you have blink early instead. So I would highly recommend trying to get blink every first back that you do. It's way more helpful. Now, doing shields like that are not really ideal, because you should wait till they are like guaranteed to take damage. Otherwise, you're going to be finding yourself using a lot of mana on shields that aren't helping, or not having shield up when you need it. Also, you're not sharing any experience from mid right now. Like, imagine if you had your shield up right now, you would have probably been able to save Hebo because your previous shield did not help at all. Also, as soon as that Cupid ult came out, if you did your knock up on the Cupid, that Hebo would have been completely safe. Here is also a really, really bad initiate. You just kind of took half your health and poke over time when you should have taken absolutely 0, because you went in looking for an initiate, knowing that nobody could follow up. Whenever you're trying to initiate on a support, this is the toughest thing about support, and it's why it's the smartest role in the game. You have to know when to initiate exactly every time. And if nobody can follow up, then it's a really, really bad time to go in. And that's like just a general rule that's really, really hard to tell sometimes, but, you know, you really just need to be knowledgeable about when to go in versus not. I'm talking about Blink 1, guys. You should just get Blink 1 off the start, because the only time you're going to be blinking, pretty much, is when you're going to be ulting. So decreasing the cooldown of your blink is 9 times out of 10 a complete waste of gold. Ooh, rip lag. Whoa! The teleport is real! What the heck? Cupid is also going a non-build. What the heck? He should be squishy. Oh, you should go in Ymir here. That's fine, that's fine. Good knock-up just for poke. Good positioning, good aggression. Ullr didn't really follow up on anything you did, but that's really his fault completely, not yours. Here you're rolling so aggressively. You don't have any eyes on Poseidon. You don't know if he's in soul lane or mid. You don't have eyes on Nemesis. You don't have eyes on Cupid or Ymir. Maybe they're already right here. Probably not, but there are so many people that could be here right now, and you're just kind of pathing aggressively into nothing. You're like going to get no value out of that, and that was just like you were grossly overextended there, and you cannot be in that kind of position. Also, you are late to lefts. Hebo's being indecisive because rights are probably going to spawn afterwards. You should just be at lefts already and be ready to contest them, or acknowledge that you're going to give them up. But yeah, giving them up there is better because nobody on your team rotated, including Thor. But you should have been in position ahead of time just in case. Here you're also overextending. Now, as soon as you hear the blink, you need to double back mid just to save Hebo. Now, I think he's going to be out on his own with his ult, but whoa, he went back in. Whoa, you need to knock up immediately, or good ult first. Yeah, rip. Nothing that can be done if he just goes in with his ult. I probably would have knocked up there. I know you wanted to get value out of your ult, but actually I'm not going to say that. I don't know. It's kind of 50-50 there, honestly. Knocking up would protect your teammate a little bit sooner, but in general, using your ult before your 2 is better, so that was an okay call. One man ult. Now you need to go mid immediately in case there's a fight breaking out. You should probably have pathed directly mid to save people in case they're being chased down or anything. Yeah, you could have saved Thor if you had direct pathing mid. You were very, very, very late to the fight. Yeah, that was a really good knock-up. I don't know what that Ymir freeze was. You can definitely be aggressive here, though. If you have shield up, yeah, that should have been a shield earlier on the Chalk so he didn't get stunned. Or cleanse the stun, I mean. Either or. And I know it was up the whole time. Now you're overstaying. You need to get out immediately. You overstay there a little bit. Like, when you're diving towers, you need, as soon as you get the kill, you need to get out, no exception. There's no reason to stay afterwards. You're just, that's it. You need to get the kill, get out, that's it. Your wards here are fine. I'm not sure whose ward this was, but you generally don't want both. Being very aggressive and left. Make sure you get this experience. You just missed the full... Okay. Also, out of a Nem ulti, if you do your shield right away, you cleanse the slow and can run away way faster with your 1. So that should have actually been a shield roll, and I think you either could have gotten out or really anything. I think you could have gotten out there. You can't run my bow. Let's hear it, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Switch stances, Ullr, switch. No, he's typing! He's typing! No, dude, he was typing! You can't outrun my typing. But here, again, this is a mistake that like 90% of supports in like not Diamond make. You need to share experience like crazy, dude. Just whenever you're going somewhere, get the wave, and don't miss the wave. That's like it. You could be almost the same level as Ullr. You should be like level 11 and 3/4 instead of level 10. You can't outrun my bow. Let's hear it. Here you should not pull gold, but dewarding is fine. Let's hear it, guys. Come on. Let's hear the musical Ullr. No, that one's not that musical. That one is not musical. Okay, here, let's look at the actual fight. I think that was fine. Shielding the Thor there was really good. It mitigated almost maximum damage and cleanse CC, so that was really good. Now, if Hebo comes to this, you can definitely contest. I think you have a slightly stronger fight because you have Blink ult. No one on your team is here. I don't know why. Hebo's in mid. But you can still push in. You need to be there. You're so late to this. You can just like be looking to Blink ult and be aggressive. Like, by not being aggressive, you're losing your team mid harpies. Give me your Blink freeze down. You should be looking to help Chalk. That knock-up is not really ideal. doing it when as a fight's about to break out on a tank is not really optimal. Also, the shield, your shield did come out in time on Hebo. He still died because he's not really being efficient. That was a fine shield. You could probably look to ult soon, but you could also immune the Cupid ult. That should have been an ult right there to immune the Cupid ult, and you probably would have gotten out because people would not be able to follow up on you. So, here, in case it's not completely clear, I'll show you exactly when to ult. So, okay, here, let's watch the slow motion, just to make it super clear. Cupid ult is coming out really soon. And there it is. You're pretty much dead at this point, but before you die, you absolutely have to get value out of your ult, and right here is where you should ult. It will hit Cupid, Kronos, and Ymir, and maybe Poseidon if he stays for it. Your position here is actually really perfect, by the way. But you need to get value out of your ult before you die, and instead you just kind of eat the Cupid ulti and then nothing else. So you could have ultied right here before it detonates, 100%, and then maybe even knocked it up before you died. Instead, you get frozen by Ymir and you can't do anything out of it, so I think you could have gotten your ult off if you had immune to Cupid ult. And definitely gotten your knockup off. But that right there would have been a perfect ult time. Did you hear that? You can't outrun my bow. Here you pretty much should not contest gold unless your teammates are shrekking them for some reason. But it's good that you're going to the fight. That's a really good position. You need to be there immediately. Be in range of shield. Good shield. Really good shield. I think that saved him by a lot. Happy Monday, Synthesis. That was really good positioning. So when you're returning to fights, you didn't do this the last time, but this time you did. Like, going directly to the fights, especially as Geb, able to, like, save people, will just help your teammates so much. Like, you saved the Ullr there completely by direct pathing, but you did not save Thor last time because you did not directly path. And there you cannot have saved Hebo. He just kind of... How the heck is he 0-7, dude? I don't understand that at all. Into the mid-game, your experience sharing has gotten a lot better, by far. Also, you're going the Winged Blade start against the Cupid and maybe Ymir a little bit, and maybe Poseidon and Nemesis. Like, Winged Blade against their team is so good. Reinforced Greaves is also okay as well, but you probably could have just started Winged Blade and Boots 1 and didn't have to use anything on other stuff. You had really good positioning and really good mechanics there. I can explain why those skills are really good, but honestly, that was like just really good skill usage. You had perfect position there and perfect skill usage, and that's what's going to let you escape. That was really, really well played. And the reason that he did his 2 first there, guys, is because they were all grouped up for it, but they weren't grouped for his ult. And the reason he had to go back in for his ult after his 2 is because that was the only way he'd get CC and add value to the fight. So that was incredibly well played there. That was incredibly well played. Use your skills perfectly and guaranteed escape. There was literally nothing they could do to kill you. Now here is where you make a mistake. Even if you don't die here no matter what, you are not adding anything to the fight because you're just so low HP, and you would have had so much more value if only through farm by backing first. And you almost had a creep. We won't talk about that one. But you really should not have been here in time. You should have backed a lot earlier because you're not really adding value and losing farm by staying. You basically got 2 creeps by staying, and you could have gotten so much more experience shared otherwise. So definitely a bit of a misplay by staying. Here, going this way is fine, then you should go to the fight because they're staying. Yep, good pathing, but now you should be looking to share both Harpies because experience sharing is OP. But first you should have shared the midway with Hebo. You missed another full wave of sharing, so that's really, really putting you behind. Like, Hebo has 7 deaths, and you only have 3, but you're still behind him. Not because he's mid, but because you're not sharing experience, so... Shadowq's actually fine to be here. But you should need to be pushing in immediately. Yep, good rollout, good rollout. Knocking anyone is fine. You don't need to shield yet. Ulting a single target is not good. Doing your knockup there would have been sufficient to kill Kronos guaranteed, but like, you need to save your ult for way higher value situations. Also, there's Kraken coming out. You should shield with Hebo, he would have lived there. I see you tried to do it at the last second, but if it was a little bit earlier, he would have lived for at least that ult. Also here, slowing Cupid's fine, but now you should be peeling for Chalk immediately. I think your 2's up by now. Yeah, it is. I think you could have saved Chalk there if you actually went to him ahead of time. In general, you should be looking at which teammates need the most help as Geb, and looking to save them. So I think that you could have probably, if you were paying more attention to your teammates instead of trying to be aggressive, you could have saved not only the Chalk, but the Hebo as well, if you shielded Hebo a little bit sooner. Also, Ullr even though I got a tower, he really needed to be in that fight. He threw the game so hard there by not being there, but that's not on you, that's obviously just on him. Also, by going Winged Blade as an item after boots, you're putting your sovereignty and Heartward so far behind that fights will not be in your favor after the enemy support finishes his sovereignty. Fortunately for you, though, he's excessively behind for basically no reason, so that's really good. But yeah, dude, support's all about sharing experience everywhere you can go. Again, oh, that's not you, that's Ymir. But upgrading to Blink 3 is not really ideal on Ymir, because... on Ymir it's actually fine, but on Geb, you should not upgrade to Blink 3 because you have no reason to, basically. Having Blink 1 is fine. Good shield timing, maybe like a tenth of a second late, really good ult. You can knock up out of it in a sec. Fine. Knock up a fine target. Yeah, you played that really well. You shielded the person at the right time, he forgot to ulti out of it, and he suicided. Like, imagine how good a fight that would have been if Hebo ultied even aggressively, but he just, like, forgot to ult. Now you're actually fine to stay here. Oh, you can't outrun my bow. You guys hear that? Like, oh my god, every time. You can't outrun my bow. Also, you're really, really low HP here, dude. This is like the 5th or so time that you're staying with super low HP and mana. Even though you can get maybe a little bit of farm, you really don't want to just stay with this low HP. This Phoenix Siege is actually okay. You're staying for the Phoenix Siege, that's fine, but I didn't expect it in a rank game. You should cleanse as soon as the stun comes out. Good shield given that he beats. This Phoenix Siege is so aggressive, and all you can do is really shield, so your positioning is fine. You're still in range of your, you don't have an aura yet, but you're in range to shield whenever it's up and knock up if you really need it. Now you need to knock up here, so Ymir can't freeze your squishies. If you went aggressively and knocked up or shielded people out, they would have lived 100%. Hey Sniper X42. Thank you for subbing, man. For the first sub of the day. And awesome. Also, ameno. Let's add that to the sub goal. But yeah, generally staying, like, sieging Phoenix out of not Fire Giant is not good. So that's why I think it was a bad call to begin with. It's good that you saved for though, because your teammates were gonna die without it. Ebo, I'll bet you Hebo's gonna die here. Almost anything. Even if you shield him, he's gonna die. Yep. There you go. Oh my god! Did Hebo live for once? Everybody give this guy a round of applause. And also, holy crap, that's 6 months in a row. I didn't see that. Wow, that is 6 months in a row. Thank you much, man. You are the best, except he's our soul laner, but you're still an awesome man. Thank you much, dude. What, Nem has Deathbringer second item? What the? Why would you do that? Why would you ever do that? This skin is so annoying. Okay, let's look at Geb again. You should not be grouped for Chrono Swarm, but I guess that was pretty obvious after the fact. And there goes Hebo again. RIP. I think this game's gonna be just over because Hebo is contributing absolutely nothing to the game. Shadowq's actually fine to be there. Mid tower's gone regardless of anything. It's a fine shield because it cleanses the slow of Nem ulti, so that shield was fine. It guarantees that nobody can go on him and your shield will be up before you really should engage. Cupid is overextended. You should 2 Cupid immediately. Or I guess your 2's down from something, but you should have ulti Cupid immediately. He might have been able to escape there if he didn't go on him right away, but I don't know what that dash was. Cupid just like went in. Oh my god. I didn't even look at that. I'm not looking at anything but Geb basically, but Hebo has Hog 3. Just letting you guys know that. I think he's like intentionally feeding this fight. Really good blink ult, very opportunistic. That was a really good knock as well, even though it didn't really make a difference whether you can kill her or not, because she's out. Your positioning is fine here. This is the strength of Wing Bomb, by the way. Getting out of that Ymir ult for free, like, it's just huge. You should cleanse the slow off him right away. Really good ult, really good shield, really good shield. So, in general, your ability usage, dude, is actually pretty good. Whether, like, as far as sequencing goes and your shield timings, you just be a little bit more ready to shield more often. The times that you're doing it is at a good time, but you should be ready to do it in a few more cases. You should also share more experience in general. Like, that's kind of your downfall this match. You're just way, way behind where you should be. Granted, you're ahead of the enemy Ymir, but you should still be just way ahead of where you are. By sharing experience whenever you can. Here, taking fire is fine. You don't know if they're on it. Good sentry. And so sad that you guys are gonna lose this game because Hebo's just feeding his balls off. Whoa! Whoa, whoa! I'm replaying that. Whoa! I know I'm supposed to watch you this game, Geb, but let's take a moment to appreciate this, guys. So he does his one, he hits his one, but look at this 3. Look at this 3 that's coming out. So Cupid's right here, right? Let's get a free cam view of this. He's right here, Cupid's right here, and this is where he puts his 3. Right over here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, let's play the match. All right. Oh my. I don't have anything to say. You couldn't have been there in time. You were fine where you were, dude. You now need to be ready to shield him and then just go to fire. Knocking off his first is fine. You don't need to ult him here, but yep, you do not need to ult. Maybe you do for an escape now, but you need to start running away. No, wrong path. You don't see people there. You need to just run straight back. Now you're dead. You had the wrong pathing there. You need ult as soon as Nem is in range. Ult, 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 ult. No, that was a mistake. You have to use your ult to escape there. Also, that was the wrong pathing. You could have gotten out guaranteed. It doesn't matter who you saw. Just running down this path is better because it runs toward your team and your towers, which they're just more, or they're less likely to be near. My bow will hunt you down. No, that's not that one. Hold on. You can't outrun my bow. Switch, I want to hear it, Uller. I want to hear it. Say it. You can't outrun my bow. Let's hear it, guys. What is he doing? He just ate so much damage. You have a good amount of words back. Say it! Say it, Uller. Your position is fine here, by the way. Switch. Whatever. Yep, that was fine. You didn't have to do anything there. Now fire is actually a really good call here. You just need to be ready to fight it. You should be close to fire like at all points, basically. Because you need to be ready to hog it. You can run out of this freely if you're winging. Oh, I guess Winged Blade might have been down before. You need to be ready to shield your teammates. Like, if you shielded that Hebo there, he would have been able to ult out, or, I mean, he might have just sucked, but you need to shield teammates ahead of time and out of CC, so you should be always, like, looking at your teammates when they're about to be initiated on. Like, the mistake didn't happen by not shielding, but happened in general when you're, especially if you're, like, not completely used to support. Like, here, I'll show you what you should have been doing. Basically, your positioning ahead of time didn't matter either way for the most part. Can't believe they're eating AoE. But here, when you run backwards, well, first off, you should never do a move on the Fire Giant, especially if it's a CC move like that as a support. It just puts you so far behind in, like, the engage if they go on people. But here you're running away, and you should be expecting one of your teammates to get caught because they're using abilities on. Like, you should shield here, like, no matter what. I guess he's gonna die, but if you shielded, like, out of CC, he would have been able to ult and he would have lived there. So, like, by looking away from the Hebo is where the mistake was made. So you need to be ready to just shield people right away. And that's one of the biggest strengths of Geb, just getting value out of the shield. Also, you kind of go in here when nobody else can be here, and you miss your ult. I don't know what to say to that. You have to hit that ult. And look to go in here because they're still on fire. That's fine. Good slow. Really good knock up too. Securing the kill is fine. Oh my god, he died to nothing. Your pathing here is fine. You just need to go toward your teammates. That's really good. You need to shield the slow as soon as it happens, no matter who it's on. You should cleanse a teammate right there. It was a bit late, but that's okay still. You should look to do your 2 right now. Nice. Pretty good positioning in that fight. You need to be like using your shield at a better time. Also, don't get hit by this knockup. I will yell, ah, why? Don't get hit by the knockup. It's so obvious. Not only should you not be near people, but you should just be ready to do that regardless. So one of your teammates should be zoning. Really good knockup. You should probably get this for free now. Don't get hit by the knockup. It's like 400 damage or 700 or 800 damage from the knockup. You can't outrun my bow. My Uller experience is Ripperoni. He sings it! Your position here is fine. Now again, this is... Yeah, okay, good. I was gonna yell at you if you didn't back there because that would have been one of many times where you did not back when you were low on experience, or when you were low on mana and health. Buying Heartward here is fine. Upgrading Blink here is not really that great. It's kind of a waste of gold. I know you couldn't really buy anything else, but next back you're kind of strapped for gold at this point, at every point in the game. I think that Blink was a misclick, so I won't really talk about that too much, but at every point in the game now you should really just be like conserving gold, and upgrading Blink to rank 2 here is not really ideal. It just kind of wastes gold where you're not going to get value out of it whatsoever. Good, share the full wave. And here you have Fire CP. Uller is doing nothing, but you can still siege this. You should probably head to Uller right now because he's gonna get Shrek'd. Like, you should be aware of teammates that are getting Shrek'd elsewhere and just be ready to rotate to them, especially as Geb. He's like the ultimate savior. Okay, here, the siege should be fine. Can't believe this game goes to 15 minutes. Or the 50 minutes, I mean. So your goal right here is to stay out of combat. Eating that Whirlpool is not good, and Blink ulti. But given that your teammates got frozen here, that needs to be an immediate cleanse no matter what. Just immediate cleanse Chalk. You're already out of range of him. It's kind of weird that they didn't follow up on him. Uller should not really be split pushing right now. But anyway, oops, let's rewatch that because the camera kind of was weird. Doo-doo-doo. So you shouldn't have been in combat here, and this should have been in cleanse on the Chalk. And then you're looking to initiate, that's fine. The Chronos is a good target. Blink ulting anyone here. That's a really good Blink ulti. It sends people out. It got the Chronos kind of, or forced ulting on Chronos. Now shielding yourself, even though you're tanking the Phoenix, is not good at all here. Could have been on any one of your teammates, and you tanking the Phoenix doesn't really matter here. Oh, how are they diving? Why is Uller mid? Ah! What the heck is happening? Your abilities is actually pretty good every fight. You need to get out ASAP though, because you're down players now, and you cannot keep sieging. You should have shielded yourself before you ran away, because now you're gonna die. I don't think it would have made a difference, but maybe it would have. You should have shielded first. Remember, in general, before you do your rollout, make sure you just like get your shield off on yourself. That's pretty big. Why I see near creeps. Rip Chalk. And that's kind of game. They should win now. They're gonna win because they were winning fights. We're just winning from a lead. Now they have a lead. Did you hear that? You can't outrun my bow. I actually guess still have a lead. Kind of weird that you do. You got nothing out of it. They should have. But they're like winning fights now with their scaling late game, like with Chronos. You just need to be quicker on the shields, dude, in general. That'll help you so much if you're just aware of, like, as soon as someone gets hit by CC, shield instantly. That's it. That'll help your teammates so much. Also, this Hebo is, 013. He doesn't even deserve to be with your team. Put him on the other team. Yeah. Get him out of here. Get this guy out of here. not sure what item you're building now. Options could be Witchblade. Help people out with against the Cupid and Nem. Witchblade is a really strong buy at last item. Alternatively, not really anything strong. Who did you shield there? That was actually a really good shield because it cleansed the slow. That was important. Ulti Nem is really good here. It guarantees the kill. Really, really good ability usage in all three really abilities were really well used. Pushing in here with your roll is really smart as well. Knocking anybody is fine. Good positioning, good knock. You played this fight incredibly well. Shielding there is a complete waste though. You do it on somebody, granted. Oh no, how did they get a Kraken? Okay, there your positioning was really bad. Like, you should expect AoE to be coming and you can't be grouping your teammates, even though like it doesn't matter since you should live regardless. You just can't be grouping your teammates. And even though you got value out of your shield because your target lived because of the shield, like, you cannot just shield randomly. Like, it's lucky that he sat in the Kraken, he could have dodged the Kraken. And you need to save your shield until after CC, basically. Or until right before giant burst damage on an important target. So that shield is a complete waste. It's just really, really, really wasteful. Okay, now here's Fire Giant contest / farm time. Nothing really to be said. Typing OP. You should look for the sentry basically on Fire Giant at this point, or really anywhere is a sufficient spot. You kind of don't want to not place a sentry because you need to like be in position for stuff. It's okay that Kronos is still in gold. You cannot contest that solo with support, so this is fine. Sealing buff with Thor is okay. You're ready to shield him. That's really good. Finishing, I don't know, any item there is okay, but like Witchblade seems like it's a better option. Just because you need to peel for your teammates, like that's how they're dying. Also this Thor, I would be so mad if I lost this game as a Thor. Also you need to be ready to deward that. You should have been closer to your wards and protect it and stuff. Wow, it actually just expired. You know they have a sentry here, you need to ward here immediately. You know it's a sentry too. There's no excuse for not warding immediately on top of that. Or, I'm not sure what you're doing right now, you're just kind of sitting there. Maybe typing, probably. But, like, you know there's a sentry there, you saw it a second ago, you know it didn't die, you need to ward. Immediately on Fire Giant. Even if you didn't know there was a ward there, that's a really good sentry spot. You still have the sentry in your inventory this whole time, wasting so much time. Pushing up on Chalk is fine since he's probably going to be going in. You need to be in range of Chalk immediately, ready to shield him probably. That was an okay shield. Here you're still out of combat, so you should probably be looking to blink alt squishies. Even though Kronos has Magi's, getting his Magi's off is so huge. I'm pretty sure out of combat, and you could blink alt right here. If you get 2 squishies at basically any point, it gets enough value out of your ult for it to be good enough. So blink alting here would have been like the perfect time, because not only does it dodge the Kronos spell, it like dodges the Whirlpool, and you would have gotten both people, and you would have set it up for Thor completely. So here your good job in the fight is to not group for AoE. You were a little bit grouped there too much, but this is actually okay that if Kraken's on you exclusively. You walk back into the Kraken, I don't know what else to say other than to not do that. You should be looking to knock up people immediately. You walk back into AoE. You guys are grouping up for so much AoE. Rolling in like this is really good though. Alting the Geb single target, or alting the Ymir single target is not. You should have kept rolling to either get the Kronos or get their backline, or be in range to shield people that are going in, but still alting the Ymir is not good. I know you kind of try to get people nearby, but still not a good use of your abilities to just go single target. Shielding the Chalk right now is fine, so you're going to take a lot of damage. You needed to shield Chalk a little bit sooner just to conserve his HP. Now this is a completely free Phoenix. I don't know what Uller's or Thor's doing. If he dies, it's on him completely, not you. You did not need to be there. He just kind of suicided. Now your team needs to be going on the Cupid. You're juking him correctly. What the heck is this game? Like, what the actual potato? What? The Cupid is grossly overextended. Thor's out of position though, but after that Cupid still should have died, and he's gonna get a Penta. I would, like, concede here, just because your teammates were complete garbage. You were not out of position, you were in their correct spot, and everyone else did completely nothing there. I don't know what to say to that. So here Thor's ulting, which means you need to be looking to be aggressive, like, right now! You need to be up in the front line, not only to just look to initiate, but you need to be able to go on people out of Thor. Like, you need to be pushing way further in right now. You're just way too far back. There's a really good blink. Ulting right here would be fine because it gets Nemesis as well. Knockup is probably a little bit better. Shielding anybody like Thor right here would have been really nice. You need to shield somebody in the back. No, you need to be, like, you shielded somebody aggressively, and it got a full absorb value, but you need to be ready to shield people that need it, like, really badly, because you shielded somebody that didn't need it, and now you didn't have it for when somebody did need it. Good roll out of way. You basically can't contribute anything else, so that's fine. You left the fight early, but that's okay because you would have died if you didn't do that. Maybe you could have shielded right before you rolled. I think that's really important that you just like shield before roll almost every time. Especially like if the roll is to get out, there's no point in not shielding at a time 9 times out of 10. So that's a generalization that you can really improve on. But this game is looking terrible. You're actually playing it pretty darn well. A couple times you're like missing a couple things and not being opportunistic enough, but in general, when you're using your abilities, they're sequenced correctly. You're at the right spots at the right times. You're sharing into the mid game is really good. You just kind of missed a lot early game. Your build is fine. It's not super optimal because you don't have Witchblade, which honestly most people wouldn't get. You kind of can't contest this. Whether you do or not, it doesn't really matter. Maybe you can scare him off. I don't know. I can't really fault you whether you can test this versus not doing it. But, I would be super pissed if I were you at this game. Like, holy cow. Your teammates are doing absolutely nothing. Letting you die to keep it alone. Dying to keep it alone. Also, they died to keep it alone. Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. Like, Hebo has hogged 3. Chalk's actually playing pretty well. He's kind of dying because he needs to go in, and then he's like, your team is doing nothing, but oh my god, like Hebo is doing nothing. Hebo specifically. But you probably could have been better on your shields in general too. I'd say as far as ability usage, your ults and your 2s are actually really good. Your rollouts are good as well. You just need to be better at shielding. Like, you need to shield people when they absolutely need it the most, not just people that are like there. I don't know how else to describe it, but shielding people immediately out of CC is almost always good value. Shielding anybody before you roll as just a cleanse is really good. Shielding people out of Nemalt to cleanse the slow is really good. You've been really good at cleansing out of Nemalt. That's actually really important. You've been good at those. But you should also be more opportunistic with going in. You should be looking to blink out way more frequently, especially when people like Thor are about to initiate. Like here, Chalk and Hebo were in the front line when they don't have fire on all of them. And if you initiate, that's just way too strong to give up. That shield was fine since Hebo was going to take a lot of poke. That was a really good shield. Oh man, this game is ridiculous. Here, basically, whoever initiates first at this point is oh no, except for Chalk. Well, Chalk kind of initiated alone. You probably could have been a little bit closer. No, don't go in now, Chalk! You just what is he doing? He's so low, and then he's going in, and then he forgot to go on him. Anyway, you need to be looking. You can't outrun my bow. So you need to be looking to be in your front line of the team. Also, at points like this, if your shield's up, that needs to be a cleanse on Uller for the slow. Maybe it would have needed a little bit more damage, but that's fine that you held. Your team should like look to reset and heal. Also, you need to be near the people in the front line. You're being so scared. You're playing like more like a squishy and not like a support. That was a perfect shield though because it cleansed the slow for the Chalk, making him like, I don't know, that was like the most you could have immune. Really good blink ult as well, and you should probably 2 behind you right now. That was not a good roll because it hit somebody, but like also if people are chasing, your 2 is like the best thing in the world. Like you would have peeled everybody off of you for so long if you just turned around and 2'd at any point here. You also just could have dodged that guaranteed. And then if you die, it's pretty much game. Also, you gotta remember that if you roll when you're slowed, you are going to be rolling really, really slow. So, I know you couldn't that time, but if you cleanse the slow off yourself right before you roll, it's not only gonna put your shield on cooldown and give you value out of your shield, but it'll make you roll really fast. But that time though, you also would have been faster just by walking instead of rolling. You could just 2 big... Yep, Chronos instead. Yep, really good ability usage. But this is a gigantic game of throws. Hebo has done nothing all game. Miraculous that he even has 1 kill. He has hogged 3. Now here you should probably have done Fire Giant instead of the Mid Phoenix. Fire Giant's an easier objective, and it's more important. So... you can't out-farm Hebo. Here you shielded yourself, you are not taking Phoenix, you are not taking damage, your team needs a shield. That is the second time you used your shield on the Phoenix just because of general scaredness. You guys hear that musical? You can't outrun my bow. You should not be doing left Phoenix right now. Hebo's overstaying. You need to be near Fire Giant right now. My bow will be my guide. That's not as musical. I know I can't sing, but like that one's not as good. You know, getting that ward here is fine, but staying is not afterwards good. Good thing you got out at the right time. I also really would have liked to see Witchblade in your build in general. It's just too much to give up. So here you need to be near Fire Giant. It's fine to back there since they probably weren't going to do anything. Magi's Blessing is fine here as well. Since you're eating a little bit of CC, it'll help you a little bit. Since Shadowq is split pushing, your goal is not to fight, but to peel for people who are fighting. Or, if it's 4v4, you can look to initiate. Ullr's overextended, you need to be immediately headed toward your team. Basically, this is happening in a lot of fights. You're not like necessarily doing anything inherently wrong, but if your teammates are ever overextended, you need to be near them immediately to try to peel. So you should have been like with your team ahead of time, and you're not necessarily in the wrong for this, but you could have saved mistakes by being near your team ahead of time. Because now you're just going to be a man down for Fire Giant because you weren't there in time. Like, sure you're... I don't know, you need to be more manly support, basically. Just look to initiate more often, and be near your teammates more often. And don't be that scared. You're being definitely a bit too scared this game. Yeah, also keep it as Fist, what the heck? Why? Why? Like, he doesn't have an active. Also, if you blink out Cupid at any point, he'll basically die because it doesn't have any actives whatsoever. I know you don't see him there, so you can't really know, but in general, I'm saying. You should shield yourself immediately, then roll. Yep, really good. Just like before, it cleanses the thing, so that's good. Shadowq is overextended, I don't know why he's there. I have no idea. Rip. Here, you need to be in right lane. Again, you just need to be near your teammates when they're about to go in. You're, like, wasting so much of their time. You just need to be grouped and ready for them to initiate in case they're there, if only for shield. Nemalt, shield immediately. Really good shield. It cleanses the slow. It shielded before the 2-gate went off on Nemesis. Really, really, really good shield. Shield after Nemalt is just amazing, because that should be their target. And if it's not, then that's just so better. Your shields for Nemalt are really, really on point and good. I would keep that up if you can manage. So here you're alone. Your teammates should really be here, but you're really in position still. Blinking here is fine since you didn't know the percent. That's a really good time to go in still. Your dukes are really, really good on Poseidon. You need to get out of that pool a little bit faster. You could have taken one less tick. Winged Wand proc is OP. You actually stay in the thing a little bit too long, I think. Really good knock-up. Really, really well played there. That was almost perfect. That was incredibly well played. Here, somebody needs to back for Phoenix. Don't not back for Phoenix. Okay, they're backing good. Thor, again, is going so ham for no reason. Rip Thor. There's Cupid Dash. Nope. Yep, you were there, though. Okay, good, good, good. Let's see if Hebo can 1v1 Chronos. I doubt it. Alt! Does he have ult? Yes, he had ult! Oh, why? He could have got a kill! Hebo, what are you doing, man? Anyway. Oof, this game is so rough. But you played that really well. Like, you put presence on Fire Giant so they couldn't do it, and you went in the second, like right before they actually could have finished it. See ya, Viva. Rip cancer. But yeah, you're playing generally well. There are definitely things you could be improving. Your farming to the mid game has been fine, but farm early game was really terrible. But getting Blink 3 at this point in the game is fine. There's nothing else you can really spend money on. Your sentries have been fine. Maybe a couple times you could have placed it earlier. Your shields need to be a little bit sooner on CC, but they're really fast and really well timed on Nemalti. Your ability sequencing is really good 99% of the time. You should also be a bit more opportunistic on your 2s when people are chasing you, though. But otherwise, dude, you're playing really well. You just need to be a little bit more opportunistic and stay near your teammates more. If you fix those things, you'll improve, like, so much. Because it's a minor mistake, but very consequential. Like, Cupid just whiffed ult. Yep, you're right here. Good shield. Mitigating any amount of damage on Chuck now is important. You need to be near fire. You see Nemen left. You need to go to fire. No! Your team is AFK! What is Thor doing? Good blink. That was like being here is just important. You need to go back in ASAP because they're gonna finish it soon. Good shield. Expecting damage. Ulting. Oh my god! That was perfect, dude. Everything that should have happened. That was really well played. But now you shouldn't leave this early because people are going in. So you should really have stayed just a little bit. I know you're trying to get out that fast, but looked like it might have even been lagging with that one or something like that, but like your ability again, shields like that are kind of wasted. I guess it was good, but like it got absorbed value, but Chalk shouldn't have been there. You need to kind of save it for out of CC or completely necessary times. It's not terrible to use it like that, but so I'm gonna guess that you guys are gonna go on a Phoenix, be indecisive, or Hebo gets picked and then you lose, or Thor DCs. Oh, he wasn't being bad. He was actually DC'd with a 3k pot. No, Thor, please come back. Oh, that's game then. I can't believe that you were gonna win then. Okay, I'm gonna go back and look at this engage real quick. Okay, so you're here in time. You just had to clear the wave ahead of time. That's fine. Rolling here is good. You should blink ulti. Cupid if you can. Blink ulti. Really good blink ulti. Gets both. Knock up immediately after. It actually did hit the Cupid. Nice. Really good ability usage. Nobody really followed up though. Good slow on the Chronos. Good body blocks. You can't outrun my bow. I don't know what to say. That was just like you played that blink ult perfect, and nobody followed up. Here you could probably. Yeah, that's actually fine. You need a peel for your backline now. Really good shield, even though it didn't matter because he was grossly overextended regardless. Your knock-up would not have saved him, so you were fine to use it aggressively. And that's game. You're just sitting here like, I played that perfectly. Thor's DC'd. Even if he wasn't, my teammate suicided. What the heck? You're sitting here like, I hate you guys. I hate you. I hate you guys. My overlay sprint and get damage here. No, not that. I have to get rid of a bunch of stuff, but I'll show damage after game. But like, so basically, make sure you're not missing creeps early game. Be more opportunistic with blink ultis. Be closer to your teammates, especially if you think they're going to initiate. And make sure you shield CC more frequently. Your shields on Nem ulti were really good. Your ability sequencing in fights was really good, including your 1-2 and ult. Just be a little better with shield, and include a Witchblade in your build instead of a Mid-Guardian, because you were not the one dying. If you had Witchblade, maybe your teammates would have lived a little bit more. And also, sometimes casters say that getting 2 Witchblades is a misbuy. It is absolutely not a misbuy. It is a calculated help. Like, Chalk is going to be in the backline of the enemy team. You are going to be peeling for teammates. Chalk will not be near people that are on your backline, so getting 2 Witchblades, 1 on you, is very, very good. So I don't know why people think 2 Witchblades is bad, but you absolutely should have gotten Witchblade there instead of Mid-Guardian Mail. Oh man, that game gave me Ebola. I've caught Ebola from that game.